Lakers fans, I want you to think back just for a second to the most painful image of your entire season. Don't run from it. Sit in it. It's the second round. It's Oklahoma City. It's their guards getting downhill whenever they wanted, blowing past everybody. And on the other end, it's our offense grinding to a complete halt because the one man who makes it all run, Luka Doncic, never left the bench in a suit. 4 games. Swept. Gone. Hold that image in your head, because this afternoon on Get Up, Shams Charania said something that is the direct, surgical, almost cruelly specific answer to that exact nightmare. And I'm telling you right now, by the end of this video, I'm gonna give you the one number that proves this report isn't a fantasy. It's a deal that's genuinely being built. So do not click off, because if you bail early, you miss the part that turns no way into, oh my god, they're actually doing it. Here's how it went down. Mike Greenberg's running Get Up. It's the usual offseason chaos, everyone arguing about who the Lakers should chase. And then they throw it to Shams. And Shams isn't smiling. He's got that look, the heavy one, the one that means the phone's been ringing. And he says it flat. He says he's told there's a real live framework taking shape that would send DeJounte Murray to the Los Angeles Lakers. And then, this is the moment, he looks dead into the camera and goes, I don't say this lightly, the framework is real. When Shams Charania puts it that plainly with that little disclaimer, that's not a man guessing. That's a man who's already made 3 phone calls and didn't like how easy it was to confirm. Now I already know the room is split. Half of you just stood up cheering and half of you are going, wait. DeJounte Murray, the guy in New Orleans, isn't he hurt? Didn't he just say he wasn't going anywhere? And yes to all of it. That's exactly why this is a surprise. Because just a few months ago, this man was on social media, and I'm cleaning this up for the algorithm, basically telling the entire media to forget their sources, swearing up and down that neither he nor his agent ever asked out of New Orleans, that he was locked in, committed, staying, he planted a flag. And now here's Shams in June saying the flag's getting pulled up. That tweet is aging like milk in the Louisiana sun. But stay with me, because once you understand why it's the Lakers, you're gonna realize this might be the smartest fit of the entire summer. Let's investigate. 3 reasons. And the third one is the one nobody on that Get Up panel said out loud. And it's the real reason the front office is on the phone. Do not leave before reason 3. Reason number 1, the defense. This is the whole ball game. Think about why OKC torched you. You could not keep their guards in front of you, and you could not hide Luka on the defensive end against quick downhill attackers. That's been the open wound of this entire Luka era. He's a top 3 offensive player on planet Earth, but on defense, teams hunt him relentlessly, and somebody has to clean it up. Now look at who DeJounte Murray is. This is a man who once led the entire NBA in steals. A genuine, switchable, point-of-attack defender who can take the toughest perimeter assignment every single night and let Luka roam, conserve energy, and hide where he does the least damage. That's not a luxury, that's a need. You bring in Murray, and suddenly the backcourt that got cooked in the playoffs has real teeth. He'll pick your pocket, take your wallet, and Venmo himself the change before the broadcast comes back from commercial. Reason number 2. He's a real point guard, and you needed one desperately when it counted. Here's the thing, people forget about the swept by OKC series. Without Luka, the Lakers had nobody who could reliably run an offense and create good shots for other people. Austin Reeves was carrying an impossible load. There was no second engine. DeJounte Murray, when he's healthy, is a 22-point, 6.5 assist guy. He's a triple-double threat who fills the box score like it owes him money. He can initiate the offense, get everybody organized, and take pressure off Luka so the most valuable scorer in the league doesn't have to dribble the air out of the ball for 40 minutes a night. And this is the part that should make you exhale. God forbid Luka tweaks something again. God forbid the hamstring or anything else costs you another playoff run. With Murray, you are not standing there helpless watching the season die in a suit. You've got a real proven all-star level lead guard who can keep the ship afloat. Insurance. After what you just lived through, tell me that's not worth its weight in gold. And before reason 3, because reason 3 is the one that makes it real, drop it in the comments right now. Lakers fans, gut reaction, is DeJounte Murray the missing piece, or do you not trust the Achilles? Because I've got a feeling this comment section is about to turn into a courtroom, and I want to hear both the prosecution and the defense. Reason number 3. The part nobody talked about. The money and the timing and why this is happening right now instead of in some vague hypothetical future. Here's the cold reality. The Lakers are capped out. They cannot just sign DeJounte Murray. He's owed $32.8 million next season, so how does a capped out team add a $32 million guard? You don't do it with cash, you do it with a trade, and you do it by sending out matching salary. The framework being discussed has the Lakers packaging real, usable salary, a useful rotation forward, an expiring contract, the kind of pieces that get a deal over the line, plus draft capital to a Pelicans team that is begging to clean up its books. And here's why New Orleans says yes. They are drowning in guards. They've got their rookie, who closed the season averaging almost 32 a night over the final 5 games, and is clearly the point guard of their future. They've got other guards stacked behind him making 30+ million. They are playing roster Tetris, and the pieces do not fit. Joe DeMars needs cap flexibility, and he needs to clear the logjam. So the Lakers get the two-way guard they desperately need, and the Pelicans get the relief and the assets they desperately need. Stop. Rewind that. Both teams have a motive. The moment both sides have a reason to deal, you stop asking, will it happen? And start asking, when does it get announced? Now, the skeptic, because I am not here to sell you a dream with no asterisks. They cut to Stephen A. Smith, and Stephen A. is having a moment. He's leaning all the way back, the eyebrows are up, and he goes, "A torn Achilles? You want me to believe a man coming off a torn Achilles is gonna lock up on defense in the playoffs? And he can't shoot. You're putting a guy next to Luka who shoots 30% from 3? Where's the spacing?" And, credit where it's due, those are the 2 real concerns. Number 1, the Achilles. He missed over a year. That's a serious injury for a guy whose game is built on quickness and lateral movement. Number 2, the shooting. Murray has never been a knockdown 3-point guy, and next to Luka, you'd love a little more floor spacing. But here's my rebuttal, and here's the chess the front office is playing. On the Achilles, he already came back. He didn't just rehab, he returned to NBA games late in the season and proved he can be productive and, importantly, healthy for the rest of his contract. The single biggest risk with any Achilles guy is the unknown of the comeback, and Murray already cleared that hurdle on the floor. The mystery is mostly behind him, and on the shooting, you don't bring in DeJounte Murray to be your spacer. You've got Luka and Reeves and the shooters around them for spacing. You bring in Murray to defend, to play make, and to be the security blanket if your star goes down. He doesn't need to be Steph Curry from deep. He needs to be the guy who guards the other team's best guard and runs the offense when Luka rests. Stephen A. is reacting to a stat line. The front office is solving a specific problem. Those are not the same exercise. Now here's where I pay off the promise. I told you at the very start there's one number that proves this is real. Here it is. The calendar, we are sitting right on top of the single most active window of the entire NBA offseason. Reeves, Ayton, and Smart all have a contract decision to make before the league year flips at the end of the month. The draft is happening in Brooklyn within days. Free agency negotiations open right behind it. Shams did not drop this in the dead silence of late July when nothing is moving. He dropped it right now, in the teeth of the busiest 2 weeks on the basketball calendar, now which is precisely exactly when real trades get reported, because real trades get reported when the people building them are actually in the room building them. The timing isn't a coincidence, the timing is the receipt. And the fact that the report came with specifics. Actual salary matching framework, not just the Lakers like Murray. That's the tell that separates a real negotiation from a blogger's wish list. That's your number. That's the thing that should make the hair on your arms stand up. And let me give you the funny part, because there's always a funny part. The Lakers have officially become the league's premier reclamation depot. Every single summer, it's the same energy. I find the talented guy whose stock dipped somewhere else, scoop him up, bet on the bounce back. Last summer, it was one project, the summer before another. They collect bargain stars like a kid filling out a sticker album. And here comes DeJounte Murray, a former all-star, available at a discount because he got hurt and got stuck behind a rookie in a city that's rebuilding. That is the most Lakers thing imaginable. There's a world where this man is locking up the other team's best guard in a Game 7, throwing a behind-the-back dime to Luka for the dagger, and the whole of crypto is shaking, and every single one of you forgets you ever doubted the Achilles. That's the dream, but I'd be lying if I didn't give you the nightmare too, because it exists. There's a version where the explosiveness never fully comes back, where the lateral quickness is a half step slow, where the shooting clogs the floor next to Luka and the whole thing just sort of fizzles in April. That's the gamble. Every move like this is a coin flip between master stroke and what were they thinking? But here's the truth. With Luka locked in for years and the championship clock ticking, with a roster that just got embarrassed in 4 straight games, you cannot afford a quiet, cautious summer. You have to swing, and swinging on a two-way all-star point guard who fixes your 2 biggest weaknesses? I'll live with that swing every single time. So let me bring it all the way home. DeJounte Murray to the Lakers makes too much sense because he fixes the exact 2 things that buried you against OKC. Perimeter defense and a second creator who can run the show without Luka. The trade math works because both franchises are desperate for what the other one is offering. The timing, dropped right in the heart of the offseason crunch with real framework attached, is exactly what a genuine report looks like. The risks are the Achilles and the shooting, and the answers are that he's already proven the comeback and that you're not asking him to be a shooter. That's the case. That's the whole thing. Now here's what I'm watching next, and this is the next video, so make sure you're subscribed because you will not want to miss it. If this goes through, if Murray actually lands in LA, it tells you exactly what the Lakers are planning to do with the rest of their roster, with Marcus Smart, with the entire backcourt, and most importantly, what it signals about LeBron's future. One move like this is never just one move, it's a domino. And I've got a theory about which domino falls next that I think is gonna genuinely surprise you, but that's for next time. For now, drop your verdict in the comments, smash that like button if you want the follow-up the second the news breaks, and I'll see you in the next one. Lakers fans, the summer just got real. Buckle up.